He didn't have to hit me for me to break. I was already cracking long before his hand ever rose. I remember the night everything shifted. The smell of burnt dinner, the sharp sting of my shoulder hitting the counter, the way I apologized for something that wasn't even my fault. That's how it always was with Mark. He didn't need fists to hurt me. His words did the work, cutting deeper every time. I used to think if I cooked better, spoke softer, smiled longer, maybe he'd remember how to love me. But love had turned into performance, and I was always failing the part. That night, when he slammed the door on his way to another business dinner, the silence was deafening. I sank to the floor, surrounded by smoke and shattered glass, and for the first time I saw myself, small, scared, apologetic. My phone buzzed. It wasn't him, it was my best friend, Kara. Coffee tomorrow? 10 a.m., don't flake. I almost didn't answer, but something inside me whispered, go. The next morning I showed up 10 minutes early. I looked awful. Hollow eyes, shoulders caved in, wearing the same cardigan I'd cried into the night before. Kara took one look and said, "You look like a ghost of yourself." She was right. I laughed, then cried. She grabbed my hands and said the words I'd been too afraid to think out loud. "Emma, you need to leave him." And I did something I hadn't done in years. I agreed. "I'm leaving." Saying it felt like jumping off a cliff without seeing the ground. We made a plan. Lawyer, documents, secret bank account. Hope tasted like coffee and fear that day. But what I didn't know, someone else had already been watching my life fall apart. Months before that, at a charity gala, I had literally crashed into a stranger. I still remember the scent of his cologne, sharp, clean, expensive, and the way his hand steadied me before I fell. "Are you okay?" he'd asked. His voice carried an accent I couldn't place, something foreign but warm. His name was Victor, and when I looked into his eyes I saw something terrifying. Not danger, but recognition. Mark appeared seconds later, gripping my arm too tightly, smiling that fake smile he used for people he wanted to impress. Victor's gaze flicked from me to Mark, and I swear I saw his expression change, like he understood everything in a heartbeat. He handed me a business card and said softly, "In case you ever need help." Mark snatched it away before I could blink. I thought that was the end of it. I was wrong. Fast forward 8 months and I was sitting on the kitchen floor, whispering to myself that I couldn't do this anymore. I wanted to live. I wanted out. That night, I packed a bag in secret. Mark was drunk and angry, accusing me of plotting, of lying. He grabbed my wrist so hard I thought it would snap. And that's when I remembered Victor's eyes. The way they had seen right through me. I found his number online. My message was simple. "This is Emma. I don't know if you remember me, but I need help." 30 seconds later, he replied, "I remember. Where are you?" I told him. 20 minutes later, headlights flashed outside my window. A black car waited at the curb. He stepped out, calm, composed, the same gray eyes but colder now. "Let's go," he said quietly. And just like that, I left my old life behind. Inside the car, he noticed my wrist, gently took my hand. "Does it hurt?" he asked. I nodded. "It'll bruise," he said, "but bruises fade." He wasn't talking about my wrist, and I knew it. I wanted to ask why he was helping me. He just said, "Because someone once helped my mother when no one else would." I'm paying that debt forward. Sometimes the people we fear the most are the ones who finally set us free. We arrived at his house, big, silent, guarded. His housekeeper, Marina, greeted me with kindness that almost broke me. She gave me food, a room, safety. That night I cried in silk sheets and realized safety didn't mean perfection. It meant peace. The next morning, Victor was gone. Marina said he had a conversation with Mark. My stomach dropped. Later that day, Mark called me, his voice shaking. "He knows everything, Emma. The gambling, the money, the lies. He said if I ever come near you again, he'll ruin me." For the first time in my life, I wasn't afraid of his anger. I was calm. "Then stay away from me," I told him. When I hung up, my hands were shaking. Not from fear, but from power. Victor appeared at the doorway. "You okay?" "Yes," I said. "I think I am," he hesitated. "Emma, I'm not a good man, but I won't let anyone hurt you again." "I don't need perfect," I said. "I just need peace." Weeks turned into months. Divorce papers were signed. Freedom came quietly without fireworks, just the sound of a judge saying my name and the word finalized. Outside, Victor waited by the car. I walked up to him, breathing for what felt like the first time. "How does it feel?" he asked. "Like sunlight after years underground." He smiled, not his usual guarded one, but real, soft. Then it was worth it. That night I sat by his window, looking at the city lights and thinking about everything I'd lost and gained. I wasn't in love. Not yet. But I wasn't broken anymore either. I was learning what it meant to choose myself, every day in small, quiet ways. The bravest thing I ever did was stop apologizing for existing. If you've ever felt trapped, if you've ever stayed because leaving seemed impossible, this is your sign. You are allowed to start over. You are allowed to be free. So if my story reached you, if it reminded you that healing is messy but real, please like this video, share it, and subscribe to Winds of Thought. Because sometimes, survival is the most beautiful love story of all.